Hey, you guys, it's I, the Psy, and we are here streaming right now, and we've got some questions about Venka, and how I feel about her. Um, and I think Venka is amazing. So, I mean, let's talk about her for a second here. Um, yeah. So we're, I guess, going to talk about Venka quickly here. I've got a little piece ready for you guys about Venka. Let's just see what Matt had to say and the team about Venka. See, I was all prepared. I even got the video queued to the right place. We'll just get a quick little piece of Venka. We'll see her stats, and then I guess we'll chat about it. I'll give you guys my opinion, and you can let me know if I'm on the mark or if I'm way off. So let's make sure I got sound on this time so it'll work.
Pretty sure these stats
Here
are
we go.
legit, but if you want to hold off, or we could just, like you said, give a disclaimer.
Hopefully that's working and you guys can hear.
I'm always all for showing everybody and being open in the process with the disclaimer, as always, that things are subject to change until the actual release. So if we have something that seems at least pretty finalized at this point, yeah, let's show the community.
All right, so here we go.
Unless the community doesn't want to see
the
it.
DEC.
Yeah, that's true.
They
we
want
should
us
take
to
a vote.
secret.
If you do
fine.
not want to see the stats,
do I have one of our
please
matches?
look away.
I think I may.
Please stop your video. Go do something else.
They might be
warning.
They'll melt your face, just like in.
All right,
Raiders
show us
of
the
Lost Ark.
stats.
No, and it might, because when I looked at the final stats, I was like, "Holy crap! Is this OP?" Like, I don't know, but it is definitely going to get people's juices flowing. So here you go.
Here we go, guys.
Venka the Vile in all her glory. Here is a max level version of the card.
All right, let's press pause here.
You'll notice that
because we got to the point that matters pretty much, right? We got the Venka here, and this is the part that matters. So this is apparently called Charge or Rush. I forgot which one he called it. Let's find out. Maybe I guess we could.
The attack and the mana cost are the same, which is always something I look for in a team. Is can I get as much bang in my buck as far as attack power from the mana I'm putting in? But on top of that, you'll notice a pretty decent speed.
Oh.
You know, she can take a hit.
That is good speed.
No armor, but she can take a hit. I don't think she'll be one shot most of the time. And then you'll notice that there's a interesting synergy of abilities there at the bottom, one of which is a new ability, guys.
Yep, let's hear it.
It's called Charge.
It is Charge.
And if the little icon doesn't give away or give you an idea what Charge is, it's basically this beast of a guard can attack from any position with her melee attack, and she attacks the tank position.
All right, there we go. So she attacks the tank position. Yep. So basically, this guy's another guy. So it's cool. It's like the last one that we were missing. So we had Sneak, which would go to like the end of the line. We had Opportunity, which goes after the weakest target. And now we have Charge, which just goes after the tank. So how do I feel about this card? It's obviously amazing. Not only is it neutral for 7, it's got 7 attack at max level. It's got Charge, which means that you can bury it a little bit backwards to make up for the fact that it has like kind of like lower health on it. I mean, you might be using something like Lux Vega, right? In which case it would have 7 health and it would actually have an armor, which is obviously good. But I mean, man, the most important thing for me that I needed to see on it was Pierce. Because if you don't have Pierce, sometimes you got this really fast fighter that's got like 7 attack or something. It'll attack first because of its high speed, and then all it will do is it will hit armor, right? Which is good, I guess. It breaks armor. This will even deal, what, 3? Or it'll deal 4. It would be 4 to Smith, which is actually the full damage because of this. What I'm saying. All right, so Smith was a bad idea. 4 to someone with shield that isn't Smith, right? Because 7 would be 4, rounded up. 3 would be 2. 5 would be 3, 7 would be 4. Yep, that's right. So it would deal 4 to someone with shield. On top of that, this is like the ultimate breaker for what's it called? For Smith, for Grim Smith. I was just saying his name like 10 times in a row. I can't believe I just kind of forgot it there. So yeah, this is the ultimate counter to Grim Smith, dealing 7 to it and trampling through, or I should say piercing through the armor that it gives itself, right? So it's actually going to like destroy the Smith. Like you pretty much need this card and need to play it like in every battle in order to fight the Smith that you run into in every battle. But maybe this will change that whole Smith meta now at this point, right? Because now, do you run the Smith knowing that they're going to be running Venka? right? And then Smith is just dead to Venka, you know? Or do you run something else that would like be a little bit better? Who knows? Like, do you run the Mantaroth in that case in the front so it does have shield, so it does only take 4 and isn't completely wiped off the map? So I think that this is going to go and this is going to be an interesting card because of how it's going to kind of play into the meta, because of the fact that A, it's really good. It can be buried into any portion in the ranks. And oh man, and some of those melee only formats that are just it's like melee monsters only, but doesn't also give you sneak or opportunity or anything like that. So you're just like melee monsters only, and you have to try and do things like bury Drybone Raider into the back because you're like, oh, Drybone Raider has like ranged attack, and you don't have like many creatures. Neutral card that you can always slip in. That's basically like a non-bloodthusting version of Jared Scar, right? So pretty good. Let's what do you guys think about that? Let's just take a quick look. What's the new ability? So the new ability is called Charge, and it lets the creature attack the tank from any position. So you've got Sneak that attacks the back, you've got Opportunity that attacks the card with the lowest health, and now you've got Charge that attacks the tank, all from any position. So Ghostly BG getting a Venka pack 10 days before the release. Someone did? I heard that someone did get the Venka pack, and that's why they had to release that special announcement. Oh yeah, so People's Guild going in there saying it's probably like a little bit of a conspiracy, and it's like a promotional tactic that have slipped in a Venka early, 10 days before the airdrop. Yep, a Grim counter is what Argus is saying, because he's also tired of Grim Smith. And Ghostly did pull a Kai. Wow, Ghostly BG. List it quick before they're all out. Try and maximize your value. Or can you even play it? That'd be awesome if you could play it and you're like, nope, I just got the competitive advantage. What's up? Either way, this Venka is super cool. I'm pretty excited about it. And I think that Matt said that I think he said that.
So,
come on. I think he said going up by 50, because if you remember last airdrop, it went from, let's go over here. Splinterlands. I hate how there's not like an individual link for it. Enter into the conflict. All right, so enter. So we'll see that review. He took 200, right? So Rage took 200 to get an extra Rage, right? There we go, 100 packs. All right, for the first conflict, every 200 reward chances guarantees a copy of the airdrop card. So even if you don't earn it, you'll still be able to redeem 3 copies rounded down. All right, so Rage was 200, okay? And then we know that, what's her name? Kai is 250. So we know that the leap went actually from 200 to 250. Now, I don't have this part, where is she, where it says 250? 250. Now, I don't have this part bookmarked in the town hall where Matt talked about it, but I think that he said that moving forward, it'll be a 25 increase every time. He said this is just an anomaly, that he had to jump forward 50 because I'm guessing that the numbers were just off, the number of Rage that ended up being given out versus the amount he wanted to give out. So he had to bump it up by 50. But now seeing the results of that, I think that he said it was going to be up by 25 for every future airdrop from the 250. So that means that that next girl will be at 275, if I understand correctly. So what's her name? Venka the Vile, 275. The Vile, 275. All right, cool. So there we go. That's what I think of Venka the Vile. I'm hoping that I end up with 5 of her, but I don't think that's going to happen. I'm at 3. So I don't want to do the math right now. I've got 8. You know what? Let's do the math. Let's do the math. May as well see where we are. So I am earning 169,470. Oh, I better do this on a real calculator so we can all see it together. 169,470 per hour, and we're going to multiply that by 24 hours a day. And then we're going to multiply that by 8 days. We'll call it 9 days. It's for fun. Times 9 days. And then we'll divide that by 100,000. And then we'll divide that by 250. So I'm getting 1.46 more. So yeah, that should get me 1.46 on top of the 838. I think that's going to get me exactly 5. Because the 0.46 will bring up this 838 to 1,000, I think. Maybe. And then one more on top of that. Oh man, I think I might be off by like the slightest little amount. Oh no! Oh, cruel world, cruel world. Oh, buddy. Can do everything with her. The Bulgarian hackers. All right, so there we go, guys. So I'm gonna have to actually, I think, buy a little bit more, like maybe 10,000 more, in order to catch up to get my 5. I think that this is a card that I'm gonna want to max. I'll be totally honest with you. This card is amazing. Just while we're here, I don't see why I wouldn't want to max this card, because it is absolutely fantastic. It's going to get ambush first. From the ambush, it's going to hit and then break the shields, and then its speed is so high, it's probably going to get to attack next, and that will be double hamstring. So the first hamstring is going to be on the ambush phase, takes 1 away from their melee, and then on their real attack, their speed is so high, like I said, they're going to take another melee away. This guy here is the Mantaroth, like, crusher. Like, absolutely destroys any Mantaroth that is in its way. I want to max this card. I hope that people don't watch my stream and they think that this card is trash, and they're just like, we'll just sell it super cheap. Because I know that I'm going to need to max this card for sure. Like, one of the only cards that, like, this is a good card. Like, this card is insane. I got a feeling that we're going to be meeting a lot of Mantaroth in the front, Kai in the back team, something like that. Or even just like, even dealing 4 damage, that means that it can deal 2 to a Grimsmith in the front, which shatters its armor, right? And then on its actual attack, it'll still deal 2 more damage to Grimsmith before it gets its chance to attack here. So, I mean, that shatters the armor. And if anyone, that means anyone who attacks before her with higher speed, there's still no armor on the Smith. So Smith gets its turn. Like, this card is just, like, and if it is a Mantaroth in the front rank, honestly, think about it. You hit the first time, you hamstring it, you break its armor. You hit the second time, it deals 2 damage because Mantaroth has shield, but you hamstring it a second time. Now you've got a Mantaroth with 1 attack and no armor. Like, Mantaroth with 1 attack and no armor. Like, this card is, and it's got True Strike on top of that. Oh my god. Like, why? Like, if you never faced Kitty, if you came in post Kitty, you know how good this is. It's like guarantees that on the ambush you're gonna hit and you're gonna shatter their armor. This card is ridiculous. Like, I'm gonna delete this part. No one has to know about the fact that I'm like hyping Kai up like this. All right, no one has to know. Like, sell me some copies cheap, and then you guys can all experience the power of Kai. Maybe I'm just like misevaluating this card, but I really don't think that I am. And it can be in the second position because of the reach. Like, it can do all its stuff from the safety of the front rank, unless, yeah. If they do have a Mantaroth, it's only going to blast one anyway, because it's going to be, it'll regenerate the shields to 2, which will hit, follow through with 1, and then the 1 will blast 1. So it's only going to blast one after Kai gets done with it anyway. So you don't have to worry so much about the blast damage that's applied from the Mantaroth that you hit. Back to her. Yeah, I mean, it's a great card, guys. That's how I'm going to phrase it. I've talked it up enough. We've talked a little bit about Venka the Vile. We've talked a little bit about Kai. Again, some of your Kai's cheap. Hope you enjoyed that segment. It's Eye of the Sai. Tune in next time. We'll talk about more stuff when the Kai is actually released. I'll show you guys that as well. Peace!